Hello guys, and I'm back. It's been a while since my last video. I've had a number of requests for base layout, and so I'm here for that. Today I'll just talk about the general, what you should generally have on your base layout, how long your base should be, and all that stuff. For me, I like bases to be right up to here, right up to this island here. I don't like it too long because that causes your defense power to reduce and be spread out, and the level of your towers would just be spread out throughout your base, and that generally causes a weaker base. But for people that are level 200 and stuff like that, which have maxed out, level 35 towers, that's a different case, and they should have a longer base because then that's harder to defend. But that's not my target audience anyway. So for me, I think having a base that ends right here is perfect. Some people like to end it here right at this long island. I feel like that's a bit too short because I like to take into account the lag time that occurs when defenders join. So there would be some lag time, and they wouldn't really have a chance to drop enough super shots quickly. And so this island, is there to take into account that shit. Alright. And also one more thing. I know a lot of people used to recommend that you don't clear the fog right here and one here, I think, or it was just one fog, can't remember, and clearing the bushes around here. I think, well, based on the more recent events like the Conquer and King of Hill and all that stuff, where you're required to boost your base throughout the entire event, and boosting your base contributes to how much points you give away to people attacking you. And I found that people that didn't clear this fog right here, and of course they couldn't boost this tower right here, monument here, they gave away a lot more points, making their team lose a lot more points, which is not great. So it's just really one lousy fog that you just have to clear, and really just 2 monuments you gotta boost. It's not much, really won't kill you, it's just gonna help your team. So that's something you should do. Okay, moving on. So what you want to do is you want to max out your towers on the first island that the attacker first meets. That way the dragon would lose a lot of health by the time they get to the long island, which is what you want. You want them to be weak by that time. So for me, I like the base. What you should really have is 1 red and 1 blue mage, just to cover each kind of spells. That way the person would just be focusing on getting rid of one of those, and then by that time your combat towers would have dealt some damage on that dragon. For me, I like to keep my lightning towers right at the beginning. Some people like to have them in the long island, or down on this side, whatever works. You can have them wherever you like. It doesn't really matter as much. And of course, yes, you'd have to max out all of that stuff. Moving to the long island, way back here. Some people like having, if you're not going to have your trap your lightning towers, you can have a trap here or a ballista, just to get that poison dealing more damage on the dragon. By the time it flies to here, it's done some damage. or a archer or cannon or any combat you like. Okay, moving to Long Island. I like having double mages, so double of the pairs, one blue and one red, so on this first section of the island. And I'd like having one storm and one trap. That way you can get people defending you easier, and especially with the stun over there and all that stuff. And I also like having another storm here for extra coverage. For the location of the red mage towers, I like, for this one, I specifically placed it in the middle just so I can get coverage on around all the combat towers around it. And then the second one I have here overlaps with the first one. That way I get full coverage of the entire Long Island for red. And that just ensures that the person, say if they're using Steel Essence, especially if they wanted to pick up reverse or they've already picked it up from here, they wouldn't be able to use it. Yeah, so that way the red mage will just block that, and the combat towers will deal all the damage. I like having the amount of archers and cannons. I like keeping it balanced. I don't want too many of one kind, so that the person, when they think about attacking my base, they can't really choose which resist they want to put, because there's an equal amount of every combat tower. So, you know, it would be more difficult for them to pick a resist. And of course, I like, after maxing out this island, definitely the next island to max out is your Long Island. You want to make that as difficult as possible, and it should be your main focus, especially in fortification events and all that stuff. Moving on to this island here in between the two Long Islands, most people like having two mage towers, one blue, one red. I prefer having one red here, but you know, it's up to you what you want to have. And I have a storm and a treb here for defense purposes, and the treb deals a bit of damage. And again, one, you can have, some people like to have their fire tower here or their ice tower, or some like it in the middle island. That's up to you, and you can place it wherever I have the combat towers and it will fit fine. That's about it for that one. Moving on to here, I like having my food and lumber mills to be, I like them together, the same kind, but I don't keep all four next to each other. I like splitting them up the way that I have here, just so the person would try to kill one, and then, you know, got the combat towers hitting them as well. So, you know, they would have, it would be a bit more challenging to focus on to hit first. I feel that works better than having them all combined, but it's also up to you. Some people actually have them all combined here, which is and especially if they're maxed out, can be challenging. And if they have like a mage in the middle or a storm in the middle, that, you know, that's something you can try out. But for me, I like it the way it is now. And I like having one type of mage. Some people like having two. That's up to you, just to cover, you know, both spells or one spell. And as I said before about the ballista, I have mine here just to, you know, by the time the dragon comes to the last Long Island, they'll be fairly weak. So, you know, that poison would probably get a good portion of their health. Some people, and I said in the beginning that, you know, some people like having it in the front, and that's absolutely fine, you know, same effect kind of thing. I like having my ice tower here. I just prefer, because it deals a lot of damage the higher you have it leveled. So I like it towards the end, just so, you know, that last, you know, when you're defending a base, you want to kill as many dragons as possible, especially for war. So that just adds the extra firepower. And I like, of course, having one treb on every island. As you can see, is one here, and one here. So, you know, to help my whoever defending me, you know, stun the attacker, to make it easier. I think that's about it for just the general base setup. You can switch around, of course, or, you know, follow my base setup, but definitely get your teammates to screenshot what your base looks like and send it to you, so you can have a look at it, you know, from the other view the other people see. And of course, you know, you can ask your teammates to help you out with your base layout. And if you have any questions, you can mail me. I'm RoyalCat, or, you know, if you need any help with your base layout, you can send me a screenshot, or I can talk to you through line. I think my name is RoyalCat on there, or RoyalRight, whatever it is. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, and of course, if I missed any tips, please comment below and add your information. But yeah, I think I didn't cover everything, but this is just a basic base layout just to get you started, and, you know, so you don't build the wrong things or too many of the same kind. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you.